Hello, Homesteading Outlaws. Well, today I wanted to bring a video about talking about plants and how we can save money by catching plants on sale. Well, the other day I was at Tractor Supply, me and my daughter, and we picked up some plants that was ranging from prices from $9.99 to $6.99, and there was 75% off. They was in the store, and they're bushes. And they've been there a little while. You know, they needed a little bit of TLC, some water, and just need some sun because they've been in the store. Well, this is what we picked up. We picked up some strawberry plants, raspberry plants, white grapes, and this is something I've never had before. It's called a gooseberry. It's kind of funny to say it's called a gooseberry. To me, it looks like a grape. It's a white gooseberry. So that's what it looks like to me. They have little thorns up here, so if you're not careful, they kind of prick you like a blackberry bush. We've had blackberry bushes before. We prefer the thornless style if we can get that. And then there is the red gooseberry. Like I said, it looks a lot like a grape to me, like a red grape. I've never had them before, and right there you can see those little, you know, prickly little things. But I've never had them before, and I was like, well, give them a shot. You never know, we might like them. That's what you have to be willing to do, is when you see plants on sale that you be like, hey, I never had that before, maybe we can try it and see if anybody on the homestead likes it or something, because it's a good deal. I mean, 75% off of bushes is really nice, because bushes can be very pricey, and we have bought lots of bushes over the years. And don't be afraid to buy them on clearance, because like I said, just because they're on clearance doesn't mean that they're dead. Well, they are trying to die most of the time, because they're wanting to get rid of them because the season's going out, and they're most likely are not trying to take care of them and water them and stuff that needs to be done to them on a regular basis. So that's why it's really important, as soon as you bring them home, I opened them up. They had little ties on them, and I put some water in them and let them sit for a few days before I transplant them into the pots. Around here we have very rocky soil ground, because it's just very rocky where we live. So we've had to make some decisions on how we're going to plant things in the area and how we're going to do gardening. We're going to have to do raised beds. So we want in the process of build some raised beds, clean out an area on our property for a nice garden with some raised beds. But this year we are doing them in the protein tubs that the cattle uses, protein tubs. I have a friend of ours that gave us some free tubs. And we're in the process of trying to locate some decent dirt to put inside of them so we can plant in them if possible. And so it's just really hard to, whenever you move in an area, is trying to find people that's like-minded, who has a way to get these things that you're able to find. Like I was speaking to a gentleman that was a friend of ours, and he's like, hey, you know, I raise cattle and I have protein tubs. I can give you some for free. I was like, sure, gee, thanks, you know. I gave him a couple things of honey for it, because we raise bees, and, you know, he loves honey. You know, just, you know, big nice thank you gesture. You know, thank you for giving us some tubs. And so now we're just trying to locate some dirt now to put inside the tubs, which that's hard to do too. And now, the only thing I want to talk about now, on top of that, is that we have a bin here, which is full of goodies, of seeds. It's a big tub full of seeds. And it's kind of hard to get it all in the video, but yeah, it's full of seeds. I love gardening. I like seed saving. I've been doing that for a long time. I've really enjoyed gardening, and it's not only it's satisfying to do that and relaxing, but it's a way for me to produce food for my family too. But I have some seeds that I saved from some flowers that my kids and my husband gave me, and I don't know if they're going to work or not, but I will give it a try. You never know. So it's worth a shot. I mean, they're like mixed cut spring flowers or something, but I thought they was pretty, so I was like, I'm gonna give them a shot and see if I can get them to stay. And my mother saved some marigold seeds, yellow and orange ones, for me, and put them in a Ziploc bag for me and saved them for me so I can plant some of them. And how I have done my seed, I guess, container or a big bank, I guess, whatever you want to call it, I've separated all my seeds. I have this Ziploc bag says herbs. And then I have another one that's full of beans. Just any kind of beans you can think of. Then I have one of lettuce and tomatoes and onions and cucumbers. I mean, anything you can think of, each vegetable or flower or whatever kind of seed that I have has its own Ziploc bag. Now I have a bag here that says opened seeds, which I cannot find at the moment in this big old container, but those are the seeds that I've already opened and I've already been using. And they have all mixed, all kinds of things inside of them. So I'm going to go ahead and use them first before I go into my other Ziploc bags that has my other seeds before I pull out another one. So that's what I do. And saving seeds is very easy. Just whenever your plants are they're dying for the rest of the year, during the season, the grow season's over, you just let them go, and then you can save the seeds off of them, and then you save the seeds off the vegetables. It depends on what plant that you're saving from. You have to do the research on which ones you got to let them just go to seed, the plant to go to seed, or you have to harvest the plant to save the seeds from the plant to be able to grow from the vegetable, whatever vegetable it is. Like your cucumbers, you have to slice them and they got seeds in them, and that's what you use to replant with. I've saved seeds from the grocery store. I bought green peppers and cucumbers, all kinds of vegetables I have gotten from the grocery store and came home, and whenever I got done, processing and cooking, I would save the seeds and wash them, and then I would lay them on a paper towel, let them dry, and save them, and 9 times out of 10 they will work. That doesn't mean all the time, but sometimes they will. And you have to even remember, some seeds you have to have them soak in water before you can plant them, and some seeds you have to even put them in the freezer. It just depends on the vegetable or the kind of seed or whatever it is that you're trying to plant, or even if it's a bush, or a tree. Everything's different. You have to do your own research and find out what works best for that certain kind that you're doing. Well, I'm a very organized person. I love being organized. I like to know where everything's at, and keeps it simple and makes it easier for me to do my projects or whatever that I'm working on around the homestead. Well, I have a seed log here, and I went through all my seeds in my whole bin, and I write it down, like tomato seeds, and then I put down cherry, big red, better boy, and I just went on down what kind of tomatoes that I had of seeds that I had. I did that for tomatoes, my lettuces, you name it, I have it in here. And that whenever I see, it makes it easier whenever I want to plant too. I'll be like, you go through, it's like, well, let's see what I have my seeds, and I go through my little log, and I was like, okay, I have this kind of seed, this is what I want to plant, so I know that I have it. And if I don't have that seed, I'm able to go to the store and figure out, pick up a pack of seeds that I need for whatever I need to grow at that time, if it's kale or tomatoes or whatever kind of vegetable that I was looking for. And also look at the end of your growing season of the year. they will put seeds on sale, and they'll even put your plants and trees and bushes on sale too. Just not only just things that you eat, but including things that makes the yard look pretty. We like the yard to look pretty too. But yeah, you just have to look and see what's available at that time and just give it a shot. Sometimes all it needs is a little bit of sun, a little bit of water, and some TLC, a little bit of fertilizer, or just being transplanted because it's root bound. A lot of the plants that you get in the stores sometimes are that way, and that's all they need. They just need a little TLC, and just have to know how to tend to the plant to be able to take care of it. So that's not hard to do, and planting is easy. You can say, well, I don't have the green thumb. Well, you know what? I didn't learn it overnight. I've had, family members that did some gardening, and, I did it with them growing up a little bit. But then, whenever I got older, I just started biting the bullet and doing it myself. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to start, growing a little tomatoes in a pot, or make a little small garden. And then next thing I know, I'm making a big, huge garden in my backyard. And it's, it was a big one that my loving husband had to till for me. And I had huge sunflowers that was just so beautiful, and I had all kinds of vegetables. I had a little miniature cornfield. It was very nice that I had all that. And I've never grown corn before. We never have. My husband was very continuing, he was like, okay, these seeds didn't work, so let's replant again. So he's like, let's try again. And that's the thing about planting seeds and gardening. You have to continue on and on and on. Just don't give up. That's the thing. We are not supposed to give up. Just continue trying. And eventually you will get that skill to be able to do that, to grow your own fruits and vegetables on your own for you and your family. Just never give up, That's what I'm always saying. Please don't give up. Always give it a chance. And if it doesn't work first time, try again. Keep on going. With God, all things are possible. And whatever that we touch and do, the Lord's going to bless us to do these things. He gave us these gifts to do these things. And He wants us to tend the garden. That's what He wants us to do. He wants us to tend to the earth and tend to His animals. That's the thing that He wants us to do. And so that's just never give up. And like I said, if you put God in the middle of anything, He'll bless anything that you do. So you just have to continue, just keep on. Just never give up on your planting. Not just planting. Just planting is just everything that you do. Just continue. If you're struggling with anything, just continue doing it until you're able to do it. Because with God, like I said, all things are possible. And He will just open the doors and give you the wisdom and the knowledge to do these things. And with the peace and understanding that we have with Him, He will give us the peace and understanding to be able to have the knowledge to do the things that we need. And with that, I guess we're going to say bye for now. This is my first video by myself. Hopefully they'll get better, and with time, and I'll be more comfortable. So be patient with me, but I'm trying. So y'all have a very nice and blessed day. Bye for now.